3.5 exponential growth, y equals ae to the bx. Sometimes we're going to use y equals c to the kt. This is the same thing as perk. Yada, 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 s equals. There you go. All right, and then we need to see when it reaches 40 billion. So we're going to set it equal to 40 billion. And then we do some math. All right, and then we type that into a handy dandy calculator. What do we get?
I got 13.246.
2, 4, 6, 8. There we go. Did I answer the question yet, though? No, I didn't answer the question because 7 represents 2007. So if I have 13 point something something, this is actually what? 2013. All right. Other reader, highlighter number 2, go.
In a research experiment of population of antibiotics increasing according to the law of exponential growth, after 2 days there are 100 slides, after 4 days there are...
All right, let's hold up. If it's according to the law of exponential growth, what's the equation? Y equals CE to the KT. All right, let's keep going.
After 2 days there are 100 slides.
After 2 days, there are 100 flies. What ordered pair gives me that? 2, 100. That's that ordered pair. And then what?
After 4 days there are 300 flies.
What ordered pair tells me that? 4, 300. Keep going.
How many flies will there be after 5 days?
How many flies after 5 days? So that would be 5, question mark. We don't know how many flies yet. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate this equation to give me what I can substitute in 5. All right. So we need to solve for C and we need to solve for K. Those are my 2 variables that I have to solve for. So we're just going to start substituting in and manipulating things around. So here we go. So now we get, what's my Y if I have that? 100. So now I have 100 is equal to CE to the 2K. Now, I could kind of solve for C. How could I kind of solve for C? I could divide by what? E to the 2K. So I have C is equal to 100 over E to the 2K. And I can't really go any further than that right now. Right now I can't. All right, so I'm going to use my next ordered pair. So what's my Y again? 300. So now I end up having 300 is equal to CE to the what? 4K. Well, I do know something. What do I know from what I did before? C equals 100 over E to the 2K. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to substitute it in right there. So now I end up having 300 is equal to 100 over E to the 2K, E to the 4K. Now, E to the 4K over E to the 2K is how much? E to the 4K over E to the 2K. What do you do with those exponents? You subtract them. All right, so when you subtract them, I'm now left with what? E to the 2K. All right, can I divide by 100 as well? You cool with that? All right. Oh, we'll do it in 2 steps. All right, so now I have 300 is equal to 100 E to the 2K. So now I need to start solving for K. So what should I do? Divide by 100. So now I end up with 3 equals E to the 2K. Well, how do I start solving for K? I natural log it, and then what? Divide by 2. So now I have natural log of 3 over 2 is equal to K. All right, natural log of 3 over 2 is equal to K. Well, now that I have K, could I solve for C? Yeah, I sure could. All right, so when I solve for C, I'd end up with C equals what? 100 over E to the 2 times natural log of 3 over 2. Now, these 2's cancel, which is kind of nice. All right, what else cancels? I have E to the natural log 3, which is actually just 3. So C is equal to 100 over 3. So now that I have both my C and my K, I could make my Y value. So now I have Y is equal to, what's my C? 100 over 3. And then I have E to, what's my K? natural log of 3 over 2 times my time of t. All right. Well, what's being asked in this question? How many flies after how many days? 5. So all we're going to do is take 5 and do what? Substitute it in for t. I'm going to substitute that in for t. So now I end up with y is equal to 100 over 3e to the natural log of 3 over 2 times 5. And you need a handy-dandy calculator. Go. So what do we get? Y equals what? 519.6152. Now, this doesn't make sense on this problem to round to 4. I'd actually take 2 answers here. What are my 2 answers I would take? I'd take 519, or I would take what? I'd take 520. Depending on how you look at it, I would take either one of those answers. However, why doesn't it make sense for 519.6152 in this sense? Because I am not severing a fruit fly. All right? I'm just not going to. Emily does that in her free time. I just don't. If you look at this one, it's said to be in the exponential growth model. All right? With initial investments, annual rates, time to double, or amount after 10 years. And they're going to give you 2 things, and you have to find the other 2. And so you're just going to start manipulating things. Now, this initial investment, what does that give you? That basically is our what? Our C. That's basically our C. That's what that is. This annual rate thing is our what? An R. Okay, an R. Now, if it's talking about money, it's really a P. I'm going to go back. This is really A is equal to PERT. All right. When we're talking about money, it's in the PERT model. It's the same thing for y equals c to the kt. It's the same exact thing. All right, because E is known as our what? Does anybody remember? Our natural base. It's our natural base. All right. And then time to double. Well, that's our time to double. So we're going to double whatever we start with. And then our amount after 10 years is kind of our time at 10 comma something. All right. That's how to read this little graph. All right. So on 16, what's given to me? Our P and our R. Now, this R is actually what? 0.105. That's actually our rate on number 16. So right now we end up having y is equal to, or a is equal to, I should say. All right, so I have a is equal to 750. E to the what? What's my rate? 0.105, and then I have t. So time to double, I'm actually solving for a time. Well, if it's time to double, what's my new A? 1,500. Very good. All right, so I say 1,500 is equal to 750 e to the 0.105 t. What's my first step? Divide by 750. So I end up with 2. All right. Now, did you actually need the initial amount at all for this part of it? You didn't. All right. And so I have 2 is equal to e to the 0.105 t. Well, how do I start solving for t? Just like Braden did, how do I start solving for t? I natural log it. I natural log it, and then what? Divide by 0.105 t. All right. So type that into my handy dandy calculator. All right. What was it? 6.6014. All right. So time to double is 6.6014 years. All right. All right, so that's that first part. Now I need to find the amount after 10 years. So, again, I just go back to what I know. So I know this part. I know my C and my K, so that's a good thing. So now I'm just ready to substitute in. So A is equal to 750. E to the 0.105, and now my time is 10. So I just put that into my calculator. 2,000 what?
2,143.
238, so 24. Now, why did I only round to 2 there? Because it makes sense. All right. So that's my amount after 10 years. All right. Pretty good there? All right, now let's look at 18. 18 gives you your principal and your time to double. So what we need to find is our annual rate and our amount after 10 years. All right? So what we have to do first is we need to solve for our R. But let's substitute everything we know into our formula. All right? We're working with what they give me. All right? So my A is equal to this 10,000 E to what do I know? Do I know my rate? No, I don't know my rate. However, do I know my time? Yes, I know my time is 12. All right, I know my time is 12. But it's to double. So what's going to be my A? 20,000, exactly. All right, or you just said equal to what? 2. You just said equal to 2. So now you have 2 equals E to the R times 12. Well, how do I start solving for R? I natural log it, then do what? Divide by 12. So now I have natural log of 2 over 12 is equal to my rate. All right, well, let's type that into our handy dandy calculator. 0.05 what? 0.0578. All right, and how do I notate that one? 5.78%. All right, 5.78%. All right, so now I need to find the amount after 10 years. I need to find the amount after 10 years. All right, so I need to find my A. So I have A. What's my P? 10,000. And then I have E. Now, what's my rate? And you know what? I don't want you to use this. Now, CalcChat, I believe, does. After they round it, they just use it again. I prefer actually using this because you're not going to have any rounding issues. So I'm going to say it's natural log of 2 over 12 as my rate. And then my time is going to be what? 10. All right, it's after 10 years. All right, so now I just put that into my handy dandy calculator. All right, so what do we get? 1797. All right. Let's look at number 22 now. On 22, does it give me my P? Rude. What's it give me? It gives me my R. Now, what is my R? 0.02. Okay, my R is 0.02. And then it kind of gives me an ordered pair. It gives me $2,000 after 10 years. So this is really a 10 comma what? $2,000. And that's really what we're going to be using soon. All right. I can't do my time to double yet. All right. I don't think, yeah? Actually, I could. I could do my time to double. You want to do the time to double first? Let's do it. Do we know how much we started with? No, we don't. We don't know how much we started with yet. But does it even matter? Not at all. All right, because we're going to set it equal to what? 2. We're going to set it equal to 2. So now I have 2 is equal to E to my rate of 0.02. And then times my time. All right, I'm going to do time to double first. It's pretty cool. All right. So what do? We natural log it, and then what? Divide by 0.02. So now I have natural log of 2 over 0.02. And so now I put that into my handy dandy calculator.
34.657.
How long did it take? How long?
34.6574.
6574. Josiah, is that right? 6574. All right. All right. All right. Now we're going to find our initial investment. So that's when we actually need to utilize this ordered pair. All right. So now I'd end up with my Y being what? 2,000 is equal to my P, and then I have my E, and what's my rate? 0.02, and then what's my time?
Natural log 2. Like, do you want us to do
What's
that?
my time? It's 10 here. All right, it's 10. Now this was my time to double. This was my time to double. All right. So now I'm actually utilizing my time of 10. After 10 years, it's $2,000. All right. So what's the relationship between P and this e to the whatever? They're being what? They're being multiplied. So guess what I need to do? I need to divide. I need to divide. So P is equal to 2,000 over e to the 0.02 times 10. And so now I'd put that into my handy dandy calculator. And how much money did we start with?
1,637.46.
16 what?
Or 163.46. Or I'm sorry, 1637.
0.46.
All right. So we started out with $1,637.46. All right. Enjoy. There's a hedgehog. Now, if you notice, these are odd